Hi guys, long time no talk. I know it's totally been my bad, 1000%. But I just kind of wanted to come fill you guys in on the last couple of months for me and what's been going on and why I really haven't been around because life has just been crazy. I'm actually at my sister's house right now. It's a long story, but basically my cousins had these kittens. My aunt took in a stray cat that showed up at her house that was pregnant. The cat had 4 kittens, and we actually have 2 of them right now. We were gonna try the kitten out with Nala, and Nala was pretty good with one of them, or with both of them, but she was pretty good, but I just don't trust that she's not going to, like, with one swoop just eat them, you know? So my sister is keeping both of the kittens right now. So I'm here just kind of watching them. They're actually eating right now. So I figured I would kind of just, I don't know, just fill you guys in on life lately. But that's why I'm over at my sister's right now, because I had to come see the kitties, and she's definitely keeping one of them. Excuse me, sorry. She's definitely keeping one of them. We don't know if we're gonna keep ours or if we're going to give it back to my aunt to give it to somebody else or give it to a friend, because I just wanna make sure that it's right for the kitten and for Nala. So we're gonna do probably a couple day trial with Nala. We only had her over there for like a couple of hours, the little kitten, so we don't really know. But the problem is, I don't really wanna leave the kitten alone at our house, you know, without me there. So it needs to be like a couple of days in a row where I can be there for the majority of the time. So anyways, that's kind of what's going on right now in this moment, but I really wanted to just fill you guys in on the last couple of months. So the main reason that I just really haven't been vlogging is because in my last vlog I told you guys I wasn't feeling well, and basically I got the flu. And the flu, after about 4 days of it, ended up turning into pneumonia. But the problem is I didn't go to the doctor like super quickly. Like, I just thought, okay, well, this is just gonna be a week-long or 2-week-long situation, respiratory problems, and then I'll be all right. You know what I mean? I thought I just got to keep going. And a big reason that I had to keep going is because we were just switching everything over at our business, and so it was just kind of like a crazy time to be as sick as I was, but things started getting worse and not better. So after a while of just not feeling well, having shortness of breath, which I've never experienced in my life, and I would never wish that upon anybody. Like, I feel so bad for people that have asthma or have any respiratory issues whatsoever. After a while of that, I actually ended up going to urgent care because it was on a Sunday and I couldn't get into my doctor. I actually couldn't get in that day, but I also couldn't get in for a month. So I'm like, okay, I'll just go to urgent care. I didn't want to go to the ER because I did not want to be admitted unless I like had to be, you know what I mean? So I went to urgent care. I told them my symptoms. I said, you know, I have shortness of breath. My heart rate has been way higher than usual because I wear my Fitbit, so I always know what my heart rate is, and my resting heart rate is always like in the 60s. Well, it had gone up to like almost the 90s resting, you know what I mean? So I knew something was off. So I told them, you know, I don't know what's going on, but I just want to be able to breathe again. I think maybe I have bronchitis, I don't know. Well, they did an x-ray and it was pneumonia, so I automatically went on an antibiotic, a cough syrup. The worst part was the cough, I think, because basically with that, like, I was coughing so hard at one point that I was like peeing my pants. Like, I couldn't hold my pee. I felt like an old lady or something, and that's never happened before either. And I'm just not used to being sick. Like, my whole life, I think I haven't had the flu since maybe I was 9 years old, if that. I don't remember it exactly, but my mom thinks I had it back then. But I literally haven't had the flu in 20 years. So I have never really been taken down like that. And then when it turned into pneumonia and it wasn't getting better, it was only getting worse, it just kind of overtook my life, you know what I mean? And I had, like I said, I had so much going on at that point. We were switching everything over from our old yogurt shop to our new yogurt shop, which is now called Smile Yogurt Bar. It stands for Start Making Your Life Extraordinary. And I'll put the logo right here so you guys can see it. But it was an awesome transition. There's so much that goes into all of that. I've explained a lot of it to you guys, but we did have to change our name when we bought our business partner out. That's a whole long story as well, but the bottom line is we had to change it, so we have made it a very positive change, and thank God everybody has just taken to it. Everybody has been so supportive and loving. There's been a couple of things here and there that, you know, people have left online like, oh, the old name was better. Well, we love the old name too. We made it, but you know, we had to change it. So that's just, it is what it is. So that's been like a huge part of our life as well. And it was so hard because once they said I had pneumonia, I basically, you know, I had to really take it easy. The doctor was like, listen, you have to rest. She's like, I can't believe that you've been going. I can't believe you haven't been more tired than you are, but you need to rest. You have to take this time and just rest. And I was like, oh, it's just not the time, but when is the time, you know what I mean? So I tried to do my best. I took about a week after I was like diagnosed with it and just stayed at home, did everything I needed to do from home, and slept a lot during the day. Just really tried to get better. And the medicine, you guys know I'm not a huge medicine person, and the medicine didn't make me feel great. Like, I just didn't like the way I felt. I was so drowsy, but I knew that ultimately it would help me. So I did get better from that, but not 100%. And honestly, even now, I wouldn't say I'm at 100%, but I'm at 98%. You know what I mean? I'm way better than I was. I still have bouts of like coughing, and I also can get tired if I have a long day, if I have a lot going on a day or a lot like of stress in that day. I can just be really tired by the end of it, but I guess that's pretty normal. I just feel like it's more so now than it ever was before. Do you know what I mean? So basically the pneumonia put me in survival mode for a long time, for months. You know, for 2 months since I got the flu, and then it kind of turned into this, and now the recovery's been long. I would never wish it upon anyone, not my worst enemy, nobody, because it's something that's hard to explain until you get it. And I never really understood, you know. I do know that about 50% of people that get pneumonia have to go to the hospital, and I'm just so happy that I was able to kind of come through it without going. Now, don't get me wrong, there were moments there before I ended up going to urgent care that I probably could have been in the hospital, but I know it probably sounds so stupid, but I hate doctors. I have like, it's not that I hate the person. I don't hate the person. I love what doctors do. I just get big anxiety with doctors. I have what they call white coat hypertension, which like my anxiety levels, my blood pressure just goes up when I first get to the doctor. This has happened my whole life. And like, they'll take my blood pressure. They're like, okay, it's high. And I'm like, I don't think I have high blood pressure. It does run in my family, but they always check it at the end again, and it's gone down to normal levels or close to normal levels. So it, you know, that's just like a whole thing for me. Don't ask me why. I don't know what's happened in my life to get to that point. I don't know if it's because you always hear how, you know, some doctors can be like, well, every issue you have is because you're fat. You know what I mean? I've luckily not had those issues with doctors in the past. Like, my doctors have always been wonderful. I have no reason to be nervous around them, but I do get that way. So I think that's why I was a little bit hesitant, but it got to a point where I knew I had to do something. I knew I had to get an antibiotic. I knew that something had to be done or I wasn't gonna get better. So basically that overtook my life. My days were filled with sleeping, working from home, making a lot of decisions about our business, either over FaceTime, over the phone, or over email with photos and stuff. I mean, for the first couple of weeks, I was like all in, even though I was so sick. I was at everything, doing everything, but you know, once I got the word that it was pneumonia, I'm like, I don't want to get anybody else sick either, you know what I mean? So I did a lot of stuff from home, and thank God for Alex for being at everything, making all the decisions, making sure the signs that were outside before were taken down and the new signs were put up. And it was just a crazy, crazy time. And with those two things together, there was just no way that I could do this. You know what I mean? I was barely on my computer except for when I had to respond to emails or look at photos. A lot of times I did that from my phone. It was just a really rough time. And looking back on the last couple of months, I would say it was probably one of the harder times in my life. And I hate to say that. I know people get sick all the time, but I was very sick, and it was just survival mode for many, many weeks. And I do blame myself for not going to the doctor earlier than I did, but at the same time, it turned into pneumonia probably immediately. There were a lot of factors. I mean, that happens a lot with the flu. So if you do get the flu anytime soon, please do something about it quickly so it doesn't turn into something like I got. You know, but we also were at Disneyland and Universal right before that with all kinds of germs everywhere. You know what I mean? My entire family got sick when we were there. My mom was sick when we were there, the whole time we were there. And I probably could have gotten sick from her, or just like handles on the rides and stuff. I don't know. But the bottom line is, it's been a rough couple of months. I just didn't have the energy to do a lot more than I was already doing, and I hated not vlogging. And I think the worst thing is, like, there were a couple times where I'm like, I really just want to vlog, I want to connect with everyone, but I knew that I couldn't be consistent at that point. You know what I mean? I just knew that I couldn't be, and I didn't want to come back for one video and then not be back for another month or two, because I know I've been like that over the last couple of months, or really over the last probably 6 or 7 months, but I really want to be consistent again. I really enjoy this. As I've told you guys, I mean it from the bottom of my heart, but it does take some extra time in the day, not necessarily to film. I feel like with filming, I can get that done, but the editing and sitting down and making sure that everything like looks right, you know what I mean? Even if it's an uncut vlog, like you just put the clips in, it still takes time and effort, and that was kind of what I didn't have for a while here. So I want to be able to be more consistent. I want to either do I don't know if it's gonna be a weekly schedule, or just say there's gonna be 2 to 3 videos a week. I don't know at this moment right now, but hopefully within the next couple of days I can figure it out, kind of look at my schedule for the next couple of months and work it out to make this work, because I really, really love it. The other thing is, YouTube has been so weird lately. I know a lot of channels are having issues with like the video showing up and people actually, you know, getting notifications that their videos are up, or that people they follow, their videos are up. So it's like, I don't want to do all of this work and then nobody sees the videos anyways. Like that's kind of rough too. You know what I mean? You want people to at least watch the videos. And so yeah, that's like a whole nother thing, but that's like the least of my worries. It's just been such a rough couple of months, you guys. And I know, like, so many people have reached out and said that 2018 has been so hard for them, and I couldn't agree more. It has been, like I said, one of the worst times and probably the worst year so far that I've had in a long time. But on the flip side of that, I've also had a really, I don't know, I guess it's just been a really awesome year. Like, there's been really good things that have happened, like our business and everything that's going on with that. And so, and like even my grandma, which I'll fill you guys in on her, you know, she has some positive things going on even through the storm. And so I'm trying to focus on those things. I know it can be really difficult to do that, but I am trying. But I'll tell you what, I was low there for a point. I can't even lie about that. It was like, am I ever gonna get better? Am I just gonna be sick for the rest of my life? Like, you know what I mean? My mind went to the darkest places, but I'm trying to keep the perspective and trying to see all of the good that is in my life. And I know how much good I do have, and that's just what I'm focusing on. But I do want you guys to know that if you're having a rough year so far, please know that you aren't alone, and also know that you can get through it. There is room on the other side for everyone, you know what I mean? And there's always going to be ups and downs in everything that we do. Like, I didn't see this coming. I didn't see pneumonia coming. I had no idea. I haven't been a sickly person, so I just didn't think about it, you know what I mean? And then it happens to you and you realize what some people go through every day with chronic illness and stuff like that. And so all I can say is that it will get better. Give it time. Keep a positive attitude if you can, even in a dark moment, because it can help you flip things around. And just know you aren't alone. If you're having a down day, know that I've had my share of down days this year as well, but it does get better. I also wanted to fill you guys in on grams because so many of you have reached out about that. And I just wanted to say thank you so much for caring and remembering and thinking of her. She really appreciates it, and I do as well. Like, you guys, I don't want to cry, but you guys, even through all of these storms that we've had, have still continued to be supportive. I can't tell you how many messages I received and comments and such just saying, I miss your vlogs. I hope you're doing well. I really hope you come back soon. And then so many other people saying, how's Grams? Is she doing okay? I've been thinking of her. It really does mean the world, because it's like, you guys don't have to care about that, you know? So thank you, seriously, thank you so much for that. But I did want to fill you in on everything with her. So before the holidays, they did another scan to make sure she was doing okay, and they did find some other spots of cancer. And I think I already told you guys that, but they were very small spots in her lung and in her liver. And they just wanted to, the doctor was basically like, okay, we're not gonna freak out about it yet. We're gonna see if it grows in the next couple of months. We'll do another scan in the next couple of months, and then we'll make a decision on what to do. So we got through the holidays. She had another scan. They had grown a tiny bit, but not a huge amount. So the doctor was happy that it wasn't like fast moving, and that it also wasn't spreading like to her lymph nodes and everything, because she just had these couple of spots. So at that point, we were like, what can we do, you know, because she can't do chemo and radiation again. And even if she could, she really did not want that option. She could have done chemo, but she didn't want to go to that point. She could not do radiation again, though. She's like, I just don't want to get sick. I don't want to feel sick, because the thing about it is she's feeling so great. Like, she's driving, she's living her life, she's going out with her friends, and, you know, she really shouldn't be at that point. Like, they were really concerned that she wasn't going to have quality of life again, you know, the doctors. So the fact that she's living her life again, she doesn't want that ripped from her because of the chemo, you know what I mean? She's like, I would rather go not being sick from the chemo. I've already been there and done that, and I have it again, you know what I mean? So bottom line is, that wasn't an option for her, and we all agreed with her. And so the doctor, he is so awesome. I can't even say enough great things about her oncologist. But he found a trial for her to do some immunotherapy. So she started immunotherapy last week, or 2 weeks ago, and she goes again actually tomorrow, and she's doing well with it so far. She goes every 2 weeks for these treatments, and it's basically taken like chemo. She goes to the chemo room, but it's immunotherapy. It's very low side effects, and it's supposed to be pretty helpful. At least we hope so. So far so good. We won't know until we see, you know, the scans in the next couple of months, but the doctor feels good about everything so far, and we do as well, because she's happy and she feels good, and that's all we can ask for after going through so much, you know what I mean? So the bottom line of that is that she is doing really well, or at least she's doing well. I don't know if I should say really well, but she's doing well, and she's in good spirits. Once again, she's somebody that keeps her spirit so high, and she keeps a positive attitude. And sometimes, and people say to me and to her that sometimes we even get a little bit too skewed, like we're too positive, like it's hard for us to be on the realist level. And I will tell you, I've become more of a realist, I think, over the last couple of months, especially being as sick as I was. But I've watched her stay positive through so much. And yes, she has her complaints and she has her hard times, but she always goes back to that core of staying positive and keeping a good attitude. And that I've watched her get through that. I've watched her get through everything so far because of that. And it's just incredible. And I am inspired by her. I aspire to be like her. And she just gives me a lot of hope in everything in life, you know? So that's where I'm at with that. But I just wanted you guys to know that she is doing well and she appreciates all of the prayers and all of the love, as I do, for her. It truly does mean the world to us. So thank you so much for that. But those are the couple of things I just kind of wanted to fill you in on. I will be vlogging in the next couple of days here, and I hope to do it, you know, at least every other day, or, you know, a couple of times a week. You guys have to meet the little kitties. And I know you're dying to see Nala again on camera. So many people have said things about her. She is doing well. She is such a sweetheart. I don't know what I would do without Nala. You know what I mean? She is the queen of our house, and, you know, she's getting older, and it makes me sad because I never, like, I could never imagine losing her. You know what I mean? That is when I will be in a dark place, I will tell you that. But we're not even gonna go there. She has a good 10 years left, hopefully. Her birthday's coming up. She's gonna be 7 in May, but I will definitely show you guys her in the next video. I think she misses you too. She likes the little camera now. She has for the last year or so. But you guys will definitely see the kittens in the next video, and I just, again, can't say thank you enough for bearing with me for all of these years. Here on YouTube, on social media, and just in life in general. I hope to see some of you guys that are local over at Smile. I will fill you guys in on all of that later. I've been there a lot, so I've been there like 5 or 6 days a week. I've been trying to take one day to just, like, you know, decompress and do what I need to do, but hopefully we will see you guys there. It's been so awesome. We've been way busier than we could have imagined at this time of year, and I just, again, can't say thank you enough. About the videos, please be sure to comment down below and say hi, of course, first and foremost, because I really want to see your beautiful faces again and say hello. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. And I also would like to add the little bell that's on my channel. If you click that, it'll turn the notifications on for my videos, and that way if there are glitches with YouTube and my stuff doesn't come up in your subscription feed, then you'll get a notification for it either through email or like on your notifications on your phone, and that'll be really helpful for me and for you so you don't miss any videos. But that's gonna be it for today. Thank you so much for watching and for all of the support over the last couple of months. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you very soon.